Is just a section of the Ziwani SDA Church Choir. We are here to give you a number of pieces to praise the Lord this afternoon, being an afternoon of the Sabbath. And before we commence, let us bow down for a word of prayer. Jehovah Lord, Father, we humble ourselves before Thee this afternoon. We want to thank You, glorify and magnify Your name, Almighty God, our Father, for the gift of life and the protection that You've accorded us, even amidst these times of turbulence, Almighty God, our Father. Lord, as we gather here to sing praises to Thy name, may You give us the requisite voices, melodious ones that we so desire, Almighty God, our Father. Lord, we commit also the family of Brother MOMBASA, who is one of our teachers as Ziwani choir, who has passed. May You give the family the necessary comfort that they so desire. And as we sing praises to Thee, use them to minister to the world, Almighty God, our Father, and let them be a soul changing in their lives, Almighty God, our Father. For this my humble prayer through Your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Alinisubiri pale mtini kwa gharama ya kifo cha msalaba, alihakikisha wokovu wangu, akasema imekwisha. Alinisubiri pale mtini kwa gharama ya kifo cha msalaba, alihakikisha wokovu wangu, akasema imekwisha. Alinitafuta toka gizani kwa gharama japo sikustahili, alivumilia mateso mengi yote kwa ajili yangu. Alinitafuta toka gizani kwa gharama japo sikustahili, alivumilia mateso mengi yote kwa ajili yangu. Aliacha utukufu mbinguni, alinisubiri pale mtini, Iko wapi imani ya kale, imani kama ya Yusufu, imani yenye kielelezo kama ile ya mitume. Iko wapi imani ya kale, imani kama
Hizo ni nyimbo ambazo tuliweza kufundishwa na mwalimu Kubasu. Kwa hivyo karibuni na tuweze kuburudishwa pamoja.
Milimani ndugu, shuka mabondeni ndugu, kama pilipili shusha, sema kwa watu wote wapate kusikia. Panda milimani ndugu, shuka mabondeni ndugu, kama pilipili shusha, sema kwa watu wote wapate kusikia.
Happy Sabbath. Thank you. Happy Sabbath. Welcome to yet another afternoon that we want to learn together. Today, we want to learn about effects of COVID-19 on teenagers
and parenting methods. And as you can see, my room is well represented. So before I start, I have something small for us to think about even as we go on. Now, on 12th of March, the Ministry of Health confirmed one case of COVID-19 in Nairobi. 3 days later, on 15th of March, 2 more cases were confirmed, and the president ordered that all schools be closed. At this point, the parents were given full mandate to take care of their children, to protect them. On 16th of June, 3 months later, a day known to celebrate African Child Day, all over the news, shock as 4,000 Kenyan teens get pregnant during COVID-19 shutdown. Now, we cannot continue to keep silent about this. As a church, among them might be our children, might be our cousins, might be our sisters, our niece, our neighbor. The question today is, what is happening? Is there a gap between parents and children? So this is what we want to discuss today. And with me on the studio, I'll call it a studio, so perfect. We'll start from my far left. They will introduce themselves, and then as we end, my guest on this other side will offer a word of prayer even as we begin.
Thank you, Esther. Happy Sabbath, church, everyone who's following at home. My name is Jerry Pageto. I fellowship in this church. I am a youth in this church.
Amen.
Happy Sabbath.
Happy day.
Happy day.
Happy Sabbath.
Thank you, Esther. My name is Deborah Nyamosi. I fellowship in Ziwani SDA. I'm an ambassador.
Amen.
Happy Sabbath, happy day,
Happy Sabbath.
we thank God for this chance that has given us to fellowship together through the media, at home, and the few of us who are in church. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jane Karaoke, literature evangelist, bringing home to every home in Mombasa County and the Coast Province as a whole. I'm a church member here at Ziwani as a parent as well. Let's pray. We thank you, kind and loving Father, for this holy Sabbath that you have given us a chance to come and fellowship together with our believers and friends all over the world who are watching us through the Facebook, and those who are watching us as we sit down and talk about your will in our lives, and above all, your love for us to create us in your own image and to redeem us after falling down from your glory. We welcome you today as we talk about our children, the fruit of the womb, the reward that you gave us as parents. And we need your Holy Spirit to guide us and to give us direction as we continue witnessing all the calamities are facing our youths and our children. Father, we need you to talk to us and to talk to our young people, and above all, to talk to our leaders, so that as you guided us through the generations, we can have remnants who will receive you as you come in your second coming. But above all, we need a big army and a strong one to continue with the work of the gospel in this generation. So give us wisdom, give us courage, and continue leading us in your will. For we pray and believe in Jesus' name.
Amen. As I said before, we are going to discuss about the effects of COVID-19 on our teens and the parenting methods that we have, and that is why Mrs. Pastor is here with us. So feel free when you're back at home to comment, to ask questions. We are going to involve you as well so that we learn together. Okay, so just as we start, Mrs. Kariuki, we have teens here with us, and she's also a mom to a teenager, I believe. She's an ambassador, yes.
The teenage group.
Yes, yes.
We call them the adolescents.
Yes. So we have the right group here today with us. So just to start, we want to discuss about the challenges that the junior youths face, and especially at this time when we have COVID-19, or just generally, the challenges that junior youth face during this period. And maybe Jerry, I'll start with you, maybe to highlight the challenges. Of course, you're representing the junior youths here, so yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Challenges that are facing the junior youth are very many, especially now during Corona, that we do have to recognize. You know, junior youth, first of all, is academics and their studies have greatly been impacted. A lot of them are having to study at home, the environment may not be conducive. Online learning is a challenge.
Yes.
Some people have not been able to access online learning. So, number one, studies is a big, big problem. Even their day-to-day activities have changed, because now they are the ones they are having to learn. At the same time, they are doing the work inside the house, cleaning the dishes, cleaning the house. If you have younger brothers and sisters, you are now the daycare for younger brothers and sisters. So it has really impacted on them. Their whole day-to-day activities have really changed.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Jerry has said education fallout. That is basically a major part of the youth. As a junior youth, you are studying, and your dream is, you have a dream and you want to achieve it. And so to achieve that dream, you probably have to go to school or go to town and maybe take this and that. And it has, due to the social distancing and the cessation of movement, there are no people moving in and out of towns, and so it is so hard to find a youth coming out of home, and you have nowhere to go. There is nowhere you're going to go because of the rules that the government has placed. And because of this, the energy of the youth is wasted. Because you'll find some people, someone is good, very good at acting, but right now there are no congregations, and you cannot go somewhere. For example, you have to go to Kenya National Theatre. I'm in Mombasa. How will I get to Nairobi? So that is basically those are basically some of the challenges that the youth are facing. And just to add on it, Esther has said there are around 4,000 cases of early pregnancies. That is also a challenge to the youth. We are idle. We have nothing to do. We have nothing to think of. So that might be an excuse to you get there.
Yeah, so that is energy that is maybe channeled somewhere else. So there is a lot of energy here. And also another thing that has come out so clearly, I was reading in an article that the nutrition system of the youth has also been affected. Some youths, I would say, were used to the meals in school. Okay, they were used to the meals in school, and now they are not getting those meals in school, and they have to skip some meals at home. Things are difficult back at home, and such like things. Another thing that has come out clearly is the education now. People have to learn online. What happens to those, and you have to have bundles, you have to have such like things. What if you can't access the internet? What if you can't access bundles? So energy is being channeled somewhere else. What do you have to say about this?
The truth of the matter is, in fact, the figure you are giving us is, I think, is a previous figure.
Yes.
The current figure is 20,000 plus. Because Nairobi alone had 11,000 plus. Not forgetting, we have the least was Lamu, 900 and something, but the others were 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 plus 11,000 from Nairobi. That is 20,000 plus early child pregnancies. This is because in our towns, especially the cities, Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, Nakuru, and the likes, we are so contained in our own houses. We don't have farms where you can go and use this energy. We don't have chambers where we can go and play. All the ground where you can play football. And you have to contain these young people in their homes, not to mix with the other people because they will be infected. So the problem we are having now is a disorganized society because we are in a crisis. But I believe the way we started from childhood, the way our parents taught us, and the way they brought us up, maybe spiritually, tunaweza kusema tuna afadhali. Because you will find somebody who knows I can pray to God for guidance. I can talk to my parents because I'm used to talking to them. Because I don't have a farm I can go to look for cattle, to go and weed, because people are weeding right now in their chambers. Some are planting, some are harvesting. The house I have is a bedroom, a sitting room. Or in our city, when you go around, I usually walk around. It is one single room, we call themselves confused. It is only the bedroom, is the kitchen, is the sitting room. So they used to get outside and sit out with the other young people and talk and use their energy in football or in volleyball or in netball or athletics here and there. But we can't go out. They can't go to videos anymore because it's out of bounds. The only thing we can do as parents is to go back to the basics. How are we going to handle this crisis? Where do I get something to do for these young men and women? That's why we go back to the book. And the book is the Bible. God wants us to trust Him and depend on Him on these issues. And that's where we are praying for the church to reopen again. We can create things for them to do as we wait for schools to reopen. Because with the church going on, these young people will be engaged. Our ambassadors, our master guides, our AYS leaders, our children ministries leaders will have something to do with these young men so that they'll be busy. They'll use their energy wherever possible. But one thing I've learned, in this crisis, you can use your energy to reach out to the neighborhood with whatever you have and helping them and comforting them in their needs. So if you train our young men to go out and reach out to the others with a kilo of sugar, half kg of unga, half kg of beans, or maybe to go and talk to those who are crying. There are those who need comfort. Maybe you'll have to keep your distance. You'll have to wear a mask. You'll have to sanitize. But by going out 2-3 hours after coming back with somebody else, you'll have something to share. You'll have something to recollect and something to think about tomorrow, which route am I taking? Our example is Wevin. In this crisis, Wevin has been busy, and in fact, she's more than busy. Day and night, she's thinking and planning where to go, and she's a youth. So with the example we have, we can do something. Engage your children or your young men in the house by reaching out to your neighbors. Or if you have airtime, call their friends. How are you doing? Have you eaten? What can I do for you? Can we talk? And by talking, they use their energy to think and help others. So don't just stay in the house. Think and plan and pray that God will lead you to somebody who is in need. The nearest you can go, you are 100 meters from the house, 100 meters from the house. Do I have a neighbor? Are there children there? Can we talk as youths? What can we share? How do I help as a Christian youth in this pandemic?
Just to add, the economy has also affected me. Because before all this happened, people were at work and parents were going to work. But right now, some parents don't have jobs. And so you find it so hard to find a youth. Let me take my example. You find it so hard to find a youth having pocket money right now. You find it so hard to find a youth having money to even buy credit. So it is also a challenge.
I know it's a challenge, but can you use what you have?
Just a minute, Jerry.
You start from where you are. What do I have? Use what you have. You have legs. You have a mouth. You are healthy. Use that which is there for the right time, for the right people, because they need your help. Maybe they don't need food. They need you talking. They need a listening. Somebody who can listen to them and give them courage. And maybe help them open their mind. Some wameketi akili imefungika, but when you talk to them, it's as if they have been in a cocoon or in a pit. They get their freedom. So this can help by talking and listening.
Jenny, what do you have to say about this, the challenges you're facing, survivors?
The solutions MOMBASA is offering are very good. And they really will help the youth, but it needs interactions and input from the parents. You see, as a youth, as somebody who's living in my parents' house, I cannot now just go out and start engaging other youth, engaging in charitable programs. Currently, even in the situation today, you can be as a youth, unaweza umekaribia mlango, so to speak. You hold the door knob and the first question you're being asked, unatuletea kwa. So, as parents, recognize the problem is there. The youth have excess energy, they're sitting idle in their house. Schools are closed, churches are closed, they don't have other avenues. So come in, be understanding, we realize that this youth need to do other things. The solutions are very good, but now the parents need to come on board because the youth cannot do this on their own.
Now, you're talking about parents coming on board, and this stretches me to my second question of junior youth having coded languages. And by coded languages, I mean those languages that their parents don't really understand. There are emojis that they use to mean some other things. There are words or short forms that they use to mean these other things. What do you have to say about this? Let me start with them, because they're the ones who speak that way. Yes, coded languages. Debbie. Does your parents know some, or is it necessary?
Do they communicate?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, there's a communication open.
Mm-hmm. Let me see, personally, I don't know any. Okay, I know some coded languages, and I am sure this question came from a piece that was sent to the parents' page, stating some coded languages. And actually my mom showed me the coded languages. I couldn't relate to them because I don't use them. My friends don't use them. And so I didn't understand what they really meant. So I came to think of it in the sense that probably it was a parent who just sat down, or probably a grown adult, who sat down and thought, and so he or she sat down and started writing the coded languages. But personally, I haven't. The only coded language I know is BTW, which means by the way. It means by the way. That is the only coded language I know.
And does your parents relate to it? Does your parent know that BTW means that?
Yes, of course. My mom, my dad, they all know. They know.
Coded languages, yes.
Well, I don't understand Kikisi. So when my parents speak Kikisi, is it a coded language? No. We're also speaking coded languages in the house, but anyway, that aside. Coded language. The youth do have a way of speaking to each other, in communicating through short forms, through emojis that parents may not understand. But it is there, it is a practice among the youth. The presumption that the youth are doing something sneaky is maybe something that now causes the disconnect, right? Because like Debbie said, she uses BTW. If a parent had to see the words BTW on the phone and ask Debbie, Debbie will say, it means by the way, right?
Yes.
But when you see BTW and then you're assuming that Debbie is communicating,
they would start finding out what really, apart from the by the way, what really it means.
BTW mean again. And that is where the as I say, the breakdown in communication, right? Because now parents are assuming that their children have something to hide, or it's a negative concept, and now that sets a baseline for a very dangerous conversation between the parent and the child. They are not communicating at all. So there might be some short forms, some emojis that children use that the parents do not understand. But now, if you're having that communication, if you're able to talk through that, then you might actually come to understand. You might also now text your other parent saying BTW, and you also educate them. Now all parents know what BTW means.
Is it necessary for you to use those short forms? Is it necessary?
Well, when you're typing and you have a scratchy voice like mine, of course you can't use the voice notes, and so you want to type the whole. How many letters is it? 8 letters. Instead of typing 8 letters, we just type 3 letters. But it isn't necessary to know a coded language.
Yes, Mrs. Pastor. The coded languages.
The coded languages are
Do you
to
as parents
understand.
know? Yes, I have.
We know they are there. And the most difficult coded language we know in Kenya is Sheng. But I thank God in Mombasa, they are not so much addicted to the language. And in our church, I've never come across a parent who is having problems with the language with the young men. We can thank God for that. The barrier is, the only barrier we have is this generation gap. Our ujana wetu na ujana wa sasa. Our style of dressing and their style of dressing. Our style of friendship and relationships and their style of friendship and relationship. And the way we worshipped by then is different, because by then there were no different classes and different topics and whatever. We couldn't sit down and talk about our problems as parents together with the youth. But today, we can talk openly. They can accuse us and we accept and apologize and go on, which is very healthy. They can propose on developments in the church and at home. They can propose about their mode of dress, what they want to wear, and we give in because ours was different and theirs is different, and we are in a different world. The youth we have today, most of them don't understand their mother. Maybe that can be a barrier also. You are a Kisii family, but the young men and women don't speak Kisii or Luo or Kikuyu or Kamba. They are used to Kiswahili and English. But their parents are fluent in their languages. Maybe we are in a neighborhood where they speak their mother tongues. But me as a young man in our family and in the neighborhood, I can't understand. But with coded languages, I thank God in our region, Mungu ametuhurumia. We have that grace. It is not disturbing. But I'm not saying that you get into it, because it will be a problem, not only with your parents and you, but to the older generation who will need your help, because wherever you will be going, you identify yourself. You have to pronounce words that can be heard and understood by whoever is listening to you. And it is respectful to speak and be understood by whoever you are meeting. Anytime, anywhere, any place.
Okay, I'm thinking if, just from what Debbie has said, if this parent knew about this list of the whatever was going around on WhatsApp, yeah, on the short forms and what it means, then they should have gone through a phone, and that is their daughter's or their son's phone. Is it right that do the junior youths have privacy to their phones, or is it now, are they supposed to be open? So yeah, what do you think, Jerry? Just to start on that, should we share this information? Should our parents have access to our phones and our messages, to be precise?
Okay. You see that concept. You know, right in privacy is a constitutional right. The Constitution. But that aside, it is not wrong for parents to do their role. You know, they say ignorance is terrible, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's how you execute that role that comes the problem. If you go to your child and say, yo, give me your phone, I want to go through your messages. Of course, the reaction of the child will not be that positive.
Yes.
And again, if you don't find what you're looking for, it will be even worse, right? You have to find a way of discharging your parental duties, but in a way that does not distance your child. If you have gotten such messages like the text that came in, you can even ask your child, there's this thing I got, do you people engage in this kind of conversation? The child can tell you yes or no. Okay, you say no. Is it okay if I can go through your phone? Or can I go through and see if this is okay? There has to be a way that you can do this without the youth and the teenagers feeling like they're being wanakaziwa, so to speak. Yes.
We are going for our first break.
Before we go for our first break,
Yes.
when it comes to privacy in our media gadgets, electronic gadgets, laptops, or whatever, or maybe you have an account in the Facebook, yes, it's your privacy, but you want to differentiate the age. At what age am I supposed to intrude? Let me call it to intrude. Am I supposed to intrude into the privacy of this young man? Is it teenage or young adulthood? Where is the barrier? Where is the boundary? Where is the boundary as a parent?
Okay, so we are going to go to our first break and we will welcome Ziwani Choir. When we come back again, we will still dwell on that. Just expand it a little bit because Debbie, I see, has something to say. Then Mrs. Pastor, you will tell us now where the boundary should really be. But still, what is coming out so clearly is that have that relationship between you and your child, especially during this time that they are with us at home. We should have that bond between our children, our teens, and the parents. So Ziwani Choir, karibuni sana.
Kama Mungu aishivyo na hivyo ni furaha kuwa naye daima maishani mwangu, kifuani mwake Bwana daima ni salama yangu, ni furaha kuwa naye daima maishani mwangu, kifuani mwake Bwana daima ni salama yangu. Nakumbuka upendo wake alivyo nifia mdhambi, hapo ndipo ninatambua ya kuwa Bwana yuko nami. Nakumbuka upendo wake alivyo nifia mdhambi, hapo ndipo ninatambua ya kuwa Bwana yuko nami. Jina lake Imanueli, Mungu yuko pamoja nasi. Jina lake Imanueli, Mungu yuko pamoja nasi. Jina lake Imanueli.
Thank you so much, Ziwani Choir. Welcome back to our session. Those who are joining us right now, today we are discussing about the effects of COVID-19 on our teenagers and the parenting methods that we have now. We have not gone far, so karibuni sana. And thank you so much for those who are joining us from within and every other place. God bless you, and let us continue to learn together. Before we went for our break, we were talking about privacy of our young youth, and we learned that all this is possible if the two coordinate, that is the parents and the junior youth. But again, Mrs. Pastor, there was something that you were telling us when we were on our break, that they need their privacy, yes? There is a line that should be drawn. Where should this line be drawn? Because now you were saying these people, yes, it's best when it comes out from you. They don't want you to access their rooms, they don't want you to arrange their rooms, you know? They just want their space. So tell us about this.
The truth of the matter is, as a young man, wherever you are, you are somebody's child. And from childhood, you always depended on these parents, trusted them and valued them, especially for some exemptions where abuse took place and enmity came in. But the truth is, you are a member of a family. Either you are 2 or 3 or 4 or 1, but you are a member of a family, whether nuclear or extended. And this dependency throughout life has some independence also. Yet you decide that I'm going to bed and I'll dress, I'll be smart. Nobody forces you. But it depends on how you are brought up. You wake up at what time? When you start at school, you are trained to follow a certain procedure. You wake up at what time? You prepare yourself, you go to school and follow some set out rules or laid down rules, and you obeyed. But when it comes to adolescence now, and I'm sure this independence started when you started school, you always depended on the parent, relied on them, believed in whatever, expected everything from them. But when you went to school, you created some independence because you got another family. People who told you how they behave, how you are supposed to stay, how you are supposed to relate. You started drifting now, slowly by slowly, from this circle of your father and mother or a maid and so on. When you reach high school now, that's where you want to be alone. Why? Puberty age has crept in. Hapo ndio sasa nataka nitaamua kile nitakula saa ngapi. Sitaki hiyo nguo, nataka ile ingine. And then they start hiding some information also from the parents. Kuna mambo hataki mzazi, maana mtoto akiwa mdogo mpaka nursery mpaka class 4, hata they run around the house naked, hawana shida. But akiingia puberty anaanza kujua yes, akioga ufungue, mbona unanichungulia? Ameingia maisha mengine, amepata a different independence ya kwamba sasa I'm becoming a grown up. Hasa shida imekuwa siku hizi, they are so independent kiasi kwamba even in their rooms it is untidy. They don't want to keep their rooms. Hawataki hata uangalie ni nini kiko ndani. And this is dangerous. Na ukiona mtoto ameanza kuwa na privacy kiwango hicho ya kwamba they don't even want you to enter into that room, kuna kitu ambacho ni independence and privacy in quotes. Maybe this person anajihusisha na mambo mengine ambayo hangependa mzazi afanye nini ajue. But if you are open, you don't have anything to hide. Kwa nini mzazi asiingie bedroom? Na kwa nini ufunge room? If at all you are clean. And these are signs of some other things ambavyo hatupendi kuzungumza. But I thank God with our Christian young and women huwa wanajua maana room yake inaingiwa na ndugu zake na nani, because hana kitu cha kufanya nini? Cha kuficha. When it comes to the gadget now, if at all you are not in any group which is not allowed or which is not legal, if you are not at all watching dirty things or sending dirty messages or receiving dirty, or you are not communicating the way you are supposed to, hutakuwa na shida mzazi akikuomba simu. See, maybe I ask, do you borrow your parents' phone?
At times, yes.
You borrow, you peruse, you read their messages. Si ni kweli? And how comes you are so secretive? You don't want your parent to read the messages that are in your phone. By the way, don't forget, he or she was a youth also. Although hatukuwa na simu, but we used to write letters, of which these letters, hata mzazi bahati mbaya anguke mikononi mwake asome, hakuna kitu angeshangaa tu kwamba umeanza kupendwa, umeanza kupendana. But not that language we fear them reading from our gadgets. Not that pictures we fear they'll see, we watch. Not that language we use when communicating with our friends and our age mates or our groups, because we are in different groups. But as a Christian, I'm talking to Christian young men and women. If you are hiding anything from your parent, then it's more than you are hiding. Kama anataka kuona simu, atakuona simu, toa password, haya chukua. Na you'll be very safe akijua shida ulio nayo. Why? we have a very bad, a very dangerous enemy in the society today, addiction. And the worst of this enemy is pornography. Some of these gadgets are used by our young men and women to venture into pornography. They are so much addicted. Hizo picha hangependa mzazi ajue kwamba anafanya nini? Anaona. Hawa ni kwa hao vijana wakubwa. Hawa wadogo hata akificha, I'll make sure nimejua kwa sababu bado yuko mikononi mwa nani? Bado yuko, they are being guided. They are not led. Do you know they are directors and leaders. That's why with our junior youth, their leaders are not leaders, they are directors. With the youth, we have leaders. Why? They have been directed, they have come of age, they can be led now. But with the young ones, you have to direct them. They don't know the direction. Hawajui anaenda wapi afanye nini, they have to be directed. But with the young adults, they are led. Why? After direction now, they can decide. They can contribute to their leadership. But with the young ones, you have to lead, to direct them. And you have to be authoritative sometimes. Kwa sababu gani? Usipomwamrisha na kumlazimisha huko mbele, atafanya nini? Atapotea. Although, when I was reading Dr. Julian Melgosa's to Adolescents and Parents, asema, sometimes a little rebellion is okay. But it's a rebellion ya kukufanya upotoke na wachane na wazazi na upotoke kiasi kwamba returning back inakuwa ngumu. Nili ya kwamba I rebel because I want to be okay when I open up. And this starts from our childhood. If you have been friends with your parents, when you come to teenage, hiyo siri haitakuwa. Na hata kama itakuwa, nili ya kwamba naficha leo, nione vile itakuwa, alafu kesho nakwambia mzazi. Siri ya kwamba una mchumba mpaka mmeoana, mzazi hana habari. You have a girl in hiding, she's pregnant, she's giving birth, the parent is not aware. Hiyo ni hatari kwa usalama. Na kama ni rafiki ni ujulikani, mzazi ajue wewe ni rafiki ya nani na nani rafiki yako. Why? The world we are living in is dangerous. Enemies of the society are so many. Vijana wanauawa tu. I'm sure you have read of these young women who have been murdered in this country by their friends. Wengine ni wale they grew up together. Why? Possessiveness was in this young man. Hangetaka kumpoteza huyu msichana. So anaamua either wewe ni wangu ama usiwe wa nani? Wa mtu mwingine. Na kama huu uhusiano uko wazi kwa wazazi na watu wa kuwashauri, sio kijana angesikika. And this is a psychological problem. That's why directing the young men is okay. Leading them is even better. But when it comes to authoritative parents, sometimes it's safer for their own life and the life of the other society members. Kwa hivyo kama ni mpaka, uweke mpaka ambao unajua hautaleta mikwaruzo. Kama ni siri, isiwe ni siri ambayo inakuangamiza wewe na iweze kuangamiza mwingine. Because I was reading an article and I sent it to our WhatsApp group, Women Ministry. A young man was a friend to another young man. And these young men grew up together, a pastor's family. This young man always came to the pastor's family and he was like a family member. In the family, the pastor's family, kulikuwa na young girl. Yeye alikuwa bado ni mdogo. But these others walikuwa ni university students. Walisoma pamoja and they used to visit each other. This young man visited the first pastor's family one day and then akaomba sijui ni maji, kaletewa na msichana and lastly akamwangalia huyu mtoto wa kike na akaimezea and he went back home akiwa na akili ya kwamba I want to have this girl on my own. So akapanga. One day the pastor went home, they went to the church, the pastor's wife went to work. The brother, this young girl went back to school and the maid went shopping. This young man calls the girl. Hello, how are you? You are okay? And you can know I'm alone in the house. Everybody is gone. This man akadecide ya kwamba today is what? Is the day. Akangangana akaenda kwa ile nyumba, akampata. Si ni mtu wa nyumbani. si ni rafiki, mshiriki mwenzetu, kamkaribisha. Alipoingia hakuchukua muda because he had a target to meet. He raped this young girl and he murdered her. Na kamera ilivyomchukua CCTV, alimrape mpaka akiwa amemuua. And then akatoroka unnoticed. So when these people came, walikuja wakakuta nyumba iko wazi, mtoto amebaki, CCTV kamera ikafanya nini? Ikasaidia. So kile kilifanya kijana patikane ni nini? Kamera. Na aliposhikwa, he opened up. I've been in a cult all through. A cult where we rape and kill young girls. How did this Christian young promising, a very promising young man, a pianist in the church, end up with being in a cult? Niuko shuleni. And how did this secret continue unnoticed? Because they decide to keep their own secrets. Maybe kwa simu hakuna mtu angefanya nini? Na hakuna mtu angenotice, na hata kwa room hakuna mtu. If you enter into this young man's room, utajua kuna shida ama kuna shida. So, by hiding these secrets from your parents, you don't get help. This young man ended up in jail, akahukumiwa kunyongwa kwa sababu ya kujiingiza kwa kikundi ambacho kimemletea nini? Shida. So, tusikubali siri zingine. Wewe kama unazo, don't encourage the others. Kwa sababu hawa wengine ukiwa encourage, hujui mkiachana wanaenda kuungana na nani. And these are the dangerous secrets our young men and women are keeping from themselves, which are ruining the society. Pornography, murders, drug addictions, alcohol, and so on and so forth. Kwa hivyo si siri nzuri. Ficha siri nzuri ambayo itasaidia jamii. Lakini si siri ambayo itakuangamiza wewe na marafiki zako na kanisa la Mungu litukane na wewe pia ukosaidia.
Lot of wisdom here. You can feel free to comment as we continue. Now, closer home now. Do you think there is a gap now between the parenting methods that we have to date and those that we had in the 20th century or back then? The parenting methods that we have. Is there a gap in between the two? Maybe I will first, before our parents speaks about that, maybe if there is a challenge or something that the youths are facing.
I'll go back to where we were before. Our mother here has talked about being open. And you know, to open up to someone, you have to be close to that person. And this actually makes me thank God for bringing COVID-19 into our lives. Because with this COVID-19, parents have been sent, there is curfew. And so parents are coming home by 9. And parents coming home by 9, at least you get to interact with your mother, you get to interact with your father. But looking before COVID-19 came into our lives, you find a father is working. Yes, we agree, you are working, you are looking for money to probably keep us. And it's not a sin. So when it comes home, you have no mother at home, you have no father at home. You're just alone with your brothers and sisters. And you're not a parent, you have not gone through the phase of this youth and become an adult and given birth to children. So you don't know how to bring them up quite well as your parents brought you up. And so this brings the bond between family members grow weaker as days go by. But with the COVID-19, even with the COVID-19 stuff, some parents aren't even listening. They cannot come home early so that you can get to know them better. You know, outside, the neighbors might know. Let me use an example. It's just an example. My dad, he comes home, a park piki, and then he goes and changes and comes out and goes. And that is around 5. So when he goes outside, what anajua, he is kind, he is all that good stuff. But at home, he is a very strict parent that you cannot open up to. And so you find it hard to open up to a parent, and the parent is not even trying to bring you closer to him. You get? So that is where we start keeping secrets. start thinking, if I were to tell my dad this, okay, when do I even tell him? He doesn't even have time for us. And of course I know, he will say, and you know, for us kids, we grow not following what you have said, but we follow what you get. So it is, we follow your actions, and if you start behaving in a manner that is not so good to a child, you don't expect that child to be as good as you want him or her to be. You understand? So parents, I hope you're listening to this.
Yes, they are listening. They are actually following the conversation. And I would say times have changed, I would say. Because Debbie has said that they do not follow what they are told, rather, not as much as what they see, isn't it? I remember my time, ukiambiwa ile yani mzazi hayuko lakini bado hiyo sauti inaring kwa kichwa yako. You know, maybe times have changed. Jerry, what do you have to say before I say something about this?
Parenting methods. Yeah, the parenting methods required today are of course different to what we were doing in the past. The way she said, when you are there and how they came up is different to how we are today. The dangers in society are more, right? Today, I may not be able to speak of the parenting methods of the past, but today, the approach that I feel is needed is a consultative approach. An approach that brings in the youth. Authoritarian is good at times, like she said, sometimes you have to be authoritative and whatnot. But if you're going to be that way 100% of the time, it is not going to work. You know, I always joke with my mom. I tell her, you know, you're not a prison warden. Why? You're a parent. And this is your house, this is not a prison cell. So you don't have to be a prison warden. You are authoritative, but if we want to navigate the problems that we have in the society today, you need the input of the youth. You need to tweak your methods that adds their input into it.
Yes, Mrs. Pastor, back to you.
I agree that the world we are living in, parents are looking for money to invest in their children, not to their children, in their children. They want them to be better than they were. I want my child to be in a better position than I grew up in. I don't want them to hustle the way I did. That's why they are up and down. When they come, they are tired. But maybe if we agree that tumekosekewa, we'll have a beginning and a way forward. Number one, as parents, we should know that the only friend these children have is you. And after God, you are the second person. The only person they can talk to and with is you, the only parent. So, if the parents are two, if the mother is available, you'll have to wear those two hats. Ya baba na mama. And yet, it didn't matter whether the father was not there or not, was there or not. The mother could play these two roles. Na ale watoto na wakue bila shida. But we have come to discover that psychologically, a fatherless child is more affected with the surroundings. Although the mother is there, but these children, by losing a father figure in their lives, wanakuwa affected psychologically sana. And if you want to know, you just dig deeper into different prominent people's history, their background, you'll understand. Kumbe hawa, father figure was not there. They were missing in action. Although they are there, but they are missing in action. So they will not know how to relate. Girls are supposed to relate with their fathers and to learn from their fathers how they have to live and keep up with husbands in future. But the father is not there. So, anategea baba, mama amwambie, unatakana kubehave 1, 2, 3. If the mother cannot play these different roles, authoritative and democratic and permissive parent, mtoto huyu anakosekewa na vitu vingine. Hivyo ni tufanye wajibu wetu. Kuna mafungu nilikuwa nataka tusome. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 6, 7 to 9. There's a directive there of how to bring up children, a directive given and a command given by God to the Israelites leaders to tell these parents, the Jewish parents, as a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, people who are supposed to enlighten the whole world. These commands I'm giving you today. You shall speak them, and you shall teach them to your children diligently. You shall talk them to your children when you sit down, when you wake up, when you sleep, when you go out, when you come back, when you walk on the way. Haya maagizo ambayo walipewa Wanaisraeli yanatakana kufuatwa. Why? They were supposed to learn so many things from the parents. Trade, finance and management, family life issues, religion and social life, and above all, leadership and leadership decisions. They were to learn from who? The parents. Homeschooling was the order of the day. Kulikuwa hakuna shule. So homeschooling was done by the mother, and the father made sure they knew about any trend in the society about wanaweza. Alafu leadership ilikuwa ni nani? Ni ya baba. Spiritual matters ilikuwa ni nani? Ni baba. So kulikuwa kuna muda wa kuzungumza. The father was to talk to the children, waongee wakiangaliana. Akariri haya maneno, baba akifanya nini? Akisikia. Mama hakikisha mtoto amejua kupika, wamejua what they are supposed to eat, how they are supposed to dress, how they are supposed to keep the house, and the farming also. They used to do farming. Kulikuwa kuna traders, how to do those trades, and how to worship God and to continue in the life. Lakini sasa maisha yanapoendelea, wakati wetu imekuwa si mimi nikae nyumbani, pastor alete, nitue sote tufanye nini? Tutoke. But always create time for these children. Why? Mtoto wa kike kama hata kuwa na nafasi na babake, ajue mwanaume anakaaje, anaongeaje, anabehave vipi, hata kuwa na picha ya maisha ya ndoa. When this young man is not well in a good relationship with the father, hata jua to make decisions in the house, hata jua kuongoza nyumba, hata jua how to handle tenderly the young ones and the mother. And that's where these abusive relationships we are having now, it's either the father is abusive, so the young men see relationship as abusive relationships. Anajua wamama ni wakupigwa na wakudharauliwa na kudunishwa. Kwa sababu gani? The father is a bad example. If a mother is a negligent mother, we have bad mothers also. Hajali, hashughuliki. So these people will grow up knowing ya kwamba mimi nikioa mke, wanawake wote wanafanana na nani? Na mama. Mimi nikiolewa, wanawake wote wakizaa watoto wanakaa kama nani? Mamangu. So we become bad examples to our children. And then bonding and friendship. In psychology, huwa tunasema kawaida, the mother is the first girlfriend of the son he bore. He's the first girlfriend of the son she bore. Yeye ana bond na mamake kwanza, anakuwa rafiki ya mamake, mambo yote anamuuliza yeye, anamwambia yeye. When he gets married now, ana transfer haya maneno kwa nani? Kwa yule msichana. This young girl here anajifunza jinsi ya kutunza familia kwa nani? Kwa mama. Anajua jinsi ya kupenda na kuongoza familia kwa nani? Kwa baba. When she gets married now, anajiattach na mume wake, she detached from the father to the nani? To the husband. Hii kikosekana ndio kunakuwa na shida. And then when it comes to sex education, these two parents has to talk to their children about sex and sexuality. Hizi abuse tumeona zikiendelea Kenya, especially now, and these are the early child pregnancies. Hizi tumeona kuna mama alikiri kabisa ya kwamba I've never talked to my girls about sex and sexuality. I didn't tell them who to touch them and who not to touch them. Mpaka mwisho they were impregnated by their own brother, 2 of them. So katika hiyo list ya 20,000 na wawili wamezalishwa na nani? Na ndugu yao. Wengine wametoa mimba na baba zao. Wengine ni cousins za baba zao. Wengine ni relatives wa karibu. Mwingine hata ni babu yake. Kwa sababu gani? We have transferred our responsibilities as parents to our mates and to teachers. And because the teachers are not there to tell them, we have them in the house. I cannot talk to them. They explore, and after exploring, matokeo ndio hayo. Ni mimi niongee na hawa watoto, nimwambie msichana 1 2 3 kuhusu wewe. You are created wonderfully by God. You are okay. Umefika puberty, where are the boundaries? How do you relate with these young men and your fellow girls? Kuna wasichana wengine ambao ni wajaja kiasi. Kwa hivyo kama msichana hajajanjarushwa na mpenzi wake, huyu msichana rafiki atakuja kuchukua na afanye nini? Ampeleke. Kuna vijana ambao wako isolated kwao nyumbani. They don't associate with other friends. So, if it is knowing the truth about his sexuality and what to relate and how to do and the boundaries, anajua kutoka wapi? Nyumbani. Kama hatajua nyumbani, anapata wengine wanafanya nini? Wanampotosha. Si hiyo tu. We have seen our boys being sodomized by their fellow boys, which is very painful. Na inasumbua si kanisa tu, hata serikali. Na kanisa, I'm sorry to say, sengine tunanyamazia na tunatakana kuwaambia. It is a sin, it is an abomination. Akubali mtu ambu. Sasa niambiwe tangu akiwa mdogo, my boy, mwili wako haustahili kuguswa na yeyote ovyo ovyo. Anayekugusa ni babako na mimi ama nani akikuosha, but pia naye ana mpaka wake. Same to the girl. Babako asikutanie kiwango because he's a man. By the way, we are supposed to tell our girls that their fathers and their brothers are men also, like any other man. Asi entertain mipaka ikipitwa na babake na ndugu zake, or anybody in the family whom you trust. Huyu kijana pia wanarepiwa na wanawake. Nitumwambie, wewe mipaka yako na wanawake ni wapi? Ni wapi usifikishwe na mtu? Ama when it comes to sodomization, ni wapi asifikishwe na mtu? Na ni dalili zipi azione na aweze kukimbilia maisha yake na kujiokoa na asaidie na wengine? Kwa sababu some are sodomized by their own relatives. Why? We didn't tell them ya kwamba fulani ndugu yako ndio, lakini atufanye nini? Asivuke mpaka. Na when we train them from childhood, tangu akiwa mdogo, ajue maumbile yake, ameumbwa kwa nini na kwa nini yuko vile, na ni nani amgusa, na ni wapi asifike, na ni wapi afike. They grow up knowing. Na then umpe courage. Ukiguswa piga nduru. They grow up knowing that it is dangerous for anybody to mishandle them. Na hata atakapokuwa sasa COVID-19 imefika, akona ndugu yake. Ndugu yake akianza mchezo ambao sio, atafanya nini? She'll raise the alarm. Kama ni kijana akiona huyu ndugu yake, kakake, babake mdogo ama mjomba ama babu ameanza kwenda visika, anambia pana, hapo umefika ni nini? Ni mwisho, umevuka nini? Mpaka. And don't forget, these things are spiritual also. Sodomy is a cult. And homosexuals ambao huwa wana-initiate watu kwa kuwashika. Kuna kijana alipeana kisa chake kwa Tuko Kenya. Kumbe alikuwa initiated na ndugu yake babake alipomrape. Na haya mapepo yalimfuata mpaka ikabidi awe homosexual hata yeye. By the way, amekuja kukombolewa, ametembea Mombasa, ameenda mpaka Dar es Salaam. Ni mambo ya umizimu. So, tuwafundishe ya kwamba si physical contact and lust na kujiridhisha, lakini pia yana umizimu na ushetani ndani yake. Ili tuwaokoe vijana wetu wasiingizwe katika nini? Katika huu shetani. Wasichana pia wajue, there are some who are initiated in devil worshiping, kwa kuhusishwa katika ngono. Lakini haelewi, amefurahishwa, amepewa kitu ama amepewa dawa, amekuwa drug. Kumbe somebody is initiating this girl into what? Into another cult. So we have to talk to them and tell them the truth. Ya kwamba ngono, uhusiano wa mapenzi ni wa mume na nani? Na mke. Nje ya ndoa, it is dangerous spiritually, physically and socially. Na kiafya ni mbaya zaidi. Maana wengi wanaoshika watoto wetu the HIV positive wanataka kuinfect, waongezee nini? Idadi. Pia vijana wetu waambiwe, usifuatwe na mtu yeyote tu. Ananiangani mpaka anakufuata wewe mtoto wa kiume. Think twice. Kwa nini msichana ananifuata sana? Ana lazima nilale naye. Why? Well, there is something behind this she's looking for. Kwa hivyo, you do what? You pull back. Now these people have to be spiritual. Tangu mdogo ajue kuna kuomba, Mungu nisaidie. Mitego yote. Na ukiona anakuja vibaya, why don't you even pray around? Piga kelele kabisa, muite Yesu. Mwambie huyu pepo ambaye anakuja nishindie katika jina la Yesu. Nisiingie katika huu shetani because hujui ni nia gani uko nayo. Hivyo basi wazazi tuna majukumu. Tuongee nao na tuwe wazi. Enzi ile tulilelewa sisi. Our grandmothers were there. Shangazi zetu walikuweko. Kijiji kilikuwa kinaona mtoto. Ya kwamba hata akiwa mishandled huko, mzazi yeyote akijua, anachukua yule mtoto na anapeleka nyumbani na anashughulika, mtoto anasaidika. But siku ya leo, nikimgusa Debora, Nyamosi atanipeleka mbali sana. Kwa sababu nimemdiscipline nani? Debora. Mayai yake. Hata mama atanikujia juu. Unajua atanianza kunihesabia vile aliumwa kizaa. Na kwamba wengine hawafanyi nini? Hawaumu. So it's no longer a community thing. It's individual and very individual. That's why our children are being abused. Very bad. They are being kidnapped. They are being killed because I can't raise a voice. Si mtoto wa nani? Wangu. But as a family of God, can we try to own up this? Ya kwamba mtoto wa muumini mwenzangu, wa jirani yangu, anaweza kuwa wa nani? Wangu. Nimsaidie na nisaidie watoto wengine. Alafu na vijana nao. Can you be a community viewer by them? By helping your fellow youth. Ukimwona na pelekwa, msaidie. Mwambie hapana, can we do something else? Wacha kufuata huyo. Tufanye kitu kingine. Hiyo kitu unafanya si sawa. Because wengi wameingia kwa sababu hana msaada. They are lonely. As I was perusing through by the way, every parent who is listening and watching this is the best book for you, to adolescents and parents. It will help you relate well with your child and the young generation at large. And above all, help them to know themselves and to relate positively with the others. Umsaidia kuchagua marafiki, kuchagua career yake, kuchagua kile cha kusoma, kuchagua ni kitu gani cha kuwatch. And above all, ujue mipaka yako kama mzazi. Ili inapofika ni bedroom, unapoenda kwake, unaongea lugha gani? Yote yako hapa. What language do you use kumuaddress? Hata kama rumu ni mbaya, si okay na hiyo rumu ishughulikiwe. Ukiona by the way anasema si nyumba ni yako mzazi, kama haikuoshwa ingia ndani ufanye nini? Uoshe, upange. Kesho akikuta umeosha atafanya nini? Lakini ukikemea, kuna watu inaingia huku inatokea huku. Kuna vijana hajali hata oga, atanuka uchafu, kitanda hata tandika, mattress hata toa nje, bedsheet hata fua nguo, hata piga pasi. They don't care. They are just there. Na anasema si maisha yao. Alafu kuna wazazi permissive wanasema ni maisha yake. Tusiwende kiwango hicho. We are a family, we carry each other's burdens. Na kusaidiana ni kumsaidia wa responsible. Na kiwa responsible hapo kwa nyumba hiyo, room yake moja hiyo, ndani ya nyumba yako, kwa nyumba yake atakuwa nini? Responsible.
A lot of wisdom here, but what has come out so clearly is that times have changed. Parents need to create time with their children. You need to take responsibility of your children at home, talk to them, show them the right direction to follow, and hold their hand through the journey as they grow. I want to read one comment. Esther Kado says, a good child listens to her parents. Yes, we are listening, my child. Maybe so they are listening, just so you know. Then there was a book that we want to read, Deuteronomy chapter 6.
Chapter 6.
Verse 6.
You can read from verse 7.
Verse 7
to 9.
Verse 7 to 9 it says, impress them on your children, talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on their foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on the gates.
Those were the instructions to a parent, any parent in all generations, that they should love God with all their heart, with all their mind, with all their strength, with all their wealth and whatever, and their neighbor as themselves. Loving God helps you respect and listen to the elderly in your society. Loving God helps you love the other youth. Loving God helps you relate well with everybody that you come across with. Lakini kwa kutompenda Mungu, unajua shida ya wananchi tulio nao Kenya, uhusiano wao na Mungu ulifanya nini? Ulikatika. Uhusiano ulipokatika, hata jali kuua, hata jali kuharibu mtoto wa mwenzake, hata jali mtoto wa mwenzake hata akiwa na shida, hata jali. Hata akikuta mtoto anarepiwa hata shughulika, si mtoto wake. Kwa sababu gani? Upendo wa Mungu umekosekana. So, by loving God, you love the others. You love their safety, their peace, their health, their prosperity. Utafurahi mwenzako anapofanikiwa kwa sababu upendo wa Mungu unafanya nini? Unatawala. Na tena utakuwa na nafasi ya kufundisha. Na wewe mzazi utafundisha mtoto ambaye atafundisha mwenzake. Unajua hii huwa ni chain. Mtoto ukimfundisha jinsi ya kujiepusha na mambo mengine maovu, wakikutana shuleni anafanya nini? Anafundisha mwenzake. If we train our children to abstain from drugs, they will tell others about the dangers of what? Drugs. They will not indulge in drugs. Kwa sababu gani? Mtoto wangu nimemfundisha anajua, na ataambia mwenzake, "Jo, hiyo kitu ni nini? Ni mbaya." Lakini kama baba anavuta, mama ndiye anakunywa kabisa, we should lead the example. And examples we should be in our youth age. Kumbuka Timotheo aliambiwa uwe mfano kwa wote waaminio, katika usemi, katika usafi, na katika upendo, na katika imani. Those four zinahitajika kijana aweze kuwa mfano. Are you an example to the youth in purity? Purity is what you think, what you watch, what you listen, what you talk, what you eat, what you wear. Are you an example? In faith, is the faith something people want to associate with? Ama watu watasema kama kanisa ni la fulani, wacha ifanye nini? Ikae. In love. Timotheo aliambiwa upende watu na kiwango chao, waonyeshe upendo na viwango vyao na heshima. Kina dada wa kike wadogo kama sisters. Kina dada waliokomaa kama nani? Wazazi. Na kaka wa umri wangu kama wenzangu. Lakini sasa kama wewe you are not an example. Are you a role model? You are not an example. Hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza kuiga, hakuna mtu angependa, hakuna mtu angetaka kuwa associated na wewe. Nili ya kwamba fulani mtoto wake, I wish mtoto wangu angekuwa kama wanani? Wake. Kwa mama fulani, kama ameenda kwa mama fulani wachana, hakuna shida. Huyo mama hana shida na nini? Na watoto. Lakini Esther na mtoto wangu sitaki kusikia.
Okay, so much advice to the parents. I'm sure they have listened in so well. So back as we conclude, I know we have talked about it in our discussion, but I want us to talk about cyber addiction. I want us to talk about depression, and suicide cases in teens have become rampant, okay, because of depression. So this is what I want us to talk about, and I'll start with you, Julie.
Yes, depression among the youth has gone up because everybody has a story to tell of a classmate or a friend that committed suicide. And that tells you there's a problem that the youth are encountering. They are facing, and it's all over. Some can be through gambling, you gamble, you bet, you lose a lot of money, you invest. Others can be through relationships, you marry, girlfriend or a boyfriend when I'm younger. And some can be financial. There's myriad of reasons, but what are we doing to help combat the solution? Now here, especially now that we have COVID-19, these children are in the house, they're not going anywhere. They don't have guidance counselors, they have nobody to talk to. As the parents, we need to come in. They need to come in, not a parent. They need to come in. And be the guidance counselors to these youth. We need to have conversations. As we were preparing for this discussion, I was actually doing a survey with some of the youth I know, and I was asking them, toka COVID-19 yanze, is there a time you sat down with your parent, mzazi akauliza maybe how are you doing, mentally speaking, are you okay? Not a single one, where the parent has had time, akikuja kwa nyumba ni umosha vyombo, umepika chakula, okay, kuja tuombe, kesho na ukumbuke that is how the conversation goes. But are we sitting down, because mental health has come out to be very important. Parents need to come in, need to find out what is going on with these children, need to have open conversations, and that's the only way we'll take this curve downwards on depression.
So that's a challenge to you parents. What are you doing to your child during this period? Yes, David.
Just to add on what Jenny has said, when you have someone to talk to, when you have someone close you can talk to, it is so hard, it is very rare for you to be depressed. And so, if parents came in and would notice, even before we tell them, some words are so hard to bring out. Like you can't say, by the mom, that you can't come to your mom that you come and but kama amekuzoea, your mother or your father knows you so well, they will notice, my child has this problem and he or she is behaving in a very strange manner. And so that is when the parents are required to come in and sit the child down and ask them, what is wrong? Where is the problem? Why are you behaving this way all of a sudden? And I was talking to my mom the other day, and she told me that I would see if you're going through a problem, yes. But if I ask you, would you be able to open up and tell me, by the way, mom, this and this is going on? So to reduce depression, this child or this youth needs someone to talk to. Under cyber addiction, technology has come. We thank God technology has come. But it has also come with advantages and disadvantages. You'll find at home there is Wi-Fi. Everyone has phone. From the father, the mother, the youth, the teenage girl or boy, and at some families you'll find a child who is in primary school having a phone. I have never seen a phone. I have never held a phone in primary school, but anyway. And so when everyone is at home, the only place people are looking, are staring, is their phones or their laptops, watching movies or engaging with people in the contact list. And there is certainly no communication in the family. And you're like, now how is this family? This family is so boring. You just find your father seated. You expect your father to at least crack a joke, but he or she, he is busy on phone. Very serious on phone. When you try bringing up a topic, everyone in the whole family has laughed, except the father or the mother. What do you expect me as a child to do? You're degrading me as a child. My confidence is coming down because I cannot say something and you just there, you're like, oh, okay, fine. You do not even have a comment or probably tell me, what have you done? You shouldn't say this and this and that because there are children here. You don't say that. You just sit on your phone, stare at your phone, and yes, we are done. And then you say, yes, let us pray so that you go to sleep. And then you go to sleep. I remain nashanga. I ask myself, okay, what kind of family is this? It is so depressing for us as children. We expect parents to engage us in topics, and at some point you find a mother and father talking in their native languages and you do not understand anything. And so you're just there. Let's say you're the only child at home. What is on TV is news. Okay. Basically speaking, us as youths, okay, personally, I am not so much into watching news unless it is something that involves my education, like the budget that was read some time back. And so the parents are there talking about, you do not understand what it is they're talking about in their native languages. And then you're there, wameweka TV, news. You have no one to chat to. What are you supposed to do at that point? Me, I would definitely go to sleep and do not call me out of my room. All we need is engage us in your topics. If you want to talk about things in your native languages that you do not understand, please go to your room after you have gone to sleep. Go and talk it there, because it is so bad when you talk something and you're just floating. You do not even have a glimpse of what they are saying. It is so bad.
Jerry, cyber addiction. Interesting. Yes, cyber addiction.
Yes. Cyber addiction is there, has increased, but again, it is an effect of the situation we find ourselves in. You can't go out, you can't have people over, you can't go talk to your friends. What are you doing in the house when you're done with your housework? You're watching TV. If you don't watch news like the water, you switch to your phone, you're talking to your friends. It's because there's nothing else. Idleness is number one, is the key issue why people are being addicted to their phones and their laptops and their TVs. So the issue is there. How are we resolving it? Again, I like looking for solutions, not just stating the problem. If we're seeing an increase in the addiction, we need now to engage in activities that will help us pull us away. And the activities do not include being yelled at or that is not an activity that helps stop addiction. Being told that that is not one of the activities. We need to engage the youth in things that will help pull them away from their screens. Less screen time. Like now I was saying, sometimes you might find yourself addicted bila hata kutaka. Kwa simu. After a week you realize you spend 9 hours a day in front of one screen or another. So we need to find a solution for that.
Yes, Mrs. Pastor. Cyber addiction and depression to young adults.
Cyber addiction did not come with COVID-19. That's the truth. Ilianza kitambo. Because I've been visiting cyber cafes after very young boys, 10, 9, 7. They have money, wanalipa, wanaketi hapo. They are watching whatever they are watching. Wengine ni games wanacheza. Wengine hata si watch movie, analipa acheze game. Na kawa muda wote, before COVID-19, they had money walikuwa wanaenda kwa hizo movies. Ni kumaanisha ilianza kitambo kwa sababu ya idleness. Now, as a Christian, you should always have a plan of your day-to-day schedule. Umeamka unafanya nini as a Christian? Ili uweze kusaidia wengine. Kureform kwanza ya kwamba I am supposed to take care of myself spiritually. Number one. How much time am I spending with the Word of God? Yes, unaweza kuwa addicted kwa TV, but we have different channels that can help us spiritually. Si atafadhali uwe addicted kwa hiyo ya kwamba nataka kusikiza haya mahubiri na mimi nianze kujijenga na kujua kesho nitaulizwa swali na mtu, where do I start? Kama ni TV unatumia, itumie kujisaidia kiroho. Kama ni simu, siku hizi you can read online, you can download those books and read. And plan that I'll be reading this book, this period a day. Na ukiona vijana wetu wengi shida moja, hawasomi Biblia. Si ni kweli? Do you have time to read our Bibles? We don't. Do you research anything on spiritual matters? Nothing. Ndio maana analia kwamba addiction imembeba kwa sababu kiroho hayumo, hajisaidii na hajawahi amua kuomba Mungu amfungue kutoka kwa hii addiction. But I believe it's very easy to get out of this cyber addiction by going back to the word of God. You'll have time to read the Bible, unajiwekea na unasema hii discipline na nitaomba Mungu. Na juzi pastor mwingine ametuambia, if you are praying for a breakthrough from an addiction, please tell a senior person spiritually to help you as you pray. Kwa sababu unaweza kwenda kujiombea, shetani akupige bomu moja kuangushe ikushinde. So naambia mtu mzima ambaye unaweza kutegemea kiroho kuombea kwamba I'm praying for this problem, can you help me? I'll be praying on this day and this time. Please fanya nini? Nisaidie. Utoke kwa huu utumwa ili urudi kwa neno la nani? La Mungu. We not only have the Bible, we have spiritual books also. As an Adventist and as a role model in this world where darkness is all over, how many spiritual books have you read? We have the conflict series. Have you read them? We have the stories from other writers. Are you reading? Kujisaidia. Kando na kwamba bado utakuwa kiangalia your education and academics mahali unafikia hata kama ni research yako mwenyewe with the phone you have. Ya kwamba mwalimu alituachia mahali fulani. Can I progress as I wait for them to open? Can I research on my own? Ama unangoja paka mwalimu ndio akwambie. There are so many things we can do with the phone we have. Hiyo wifi iko hapo kwa nyumba, unaweza itumia kwa mambo mazuri tena sana. You can even do multiple careers as you wait for the teachers to reopen. Unaweza kuchunguza mambo mengine. Kitu kingine nimegundua, watu wamejifunza kazi za mikono. Kwa mfano, Mama Deborah and Deborah have been doing some things in this COVID-19. Anaenda kwa Google, ana Google recipes, anajifunza kitu fulani. Wametengeneza mpaka mats. That's a business anyway. It's a business art. You unatengeneza, unatumia watu, unauza, so umepata pesa. And in the process, so umediscover kitu ya kwamba kumbe with my hands, with the little materials that are available, I can do something. Lakini tukiketi kuangalia na kulaumu tu, we will never progress. But as Christians and youth in the church, we can do something different than the others. Tumia simu hiyo nayo, fanya utafiti wa mambo ambayo ungependa kujua, fanya vitu ambavyo unaweza kutaka kufahamu. And be a wide reader, utajisaidia. Kazi za mikono si kwa waume, si kwa wasichana tu, hata kwa watoto wa kiume. Nimegundua hata wanaume siku hizi they are going into cooking now. Amegundua kumbe I can cook something better. I cannot depend on bakeries to bake for me. I can bake in the house because niko na time. Ni bake halipike leo, kesho iwe nzuri. Leo nipike sima haiva vizuri, kesho itaiva. Because by being idle unangoja ipike ule. By the way you are adding weight, you are not going for exercise, you are bringing health problems to yourself also. So be active in the house, be active and engage the mind in some other things you can benefit yourself from, and please go back to the word of God. Itakusaidia. Na zaidi ya yote, depression haitakuwa kama wewe ni mtu unaongea, hata kama mzazi haongei. Please pray for this parent and engage this parent in talking. Mchokoze kabisa. And what I know, the situation the way it is, wazazi wengi hata chokozwa mara 2-3, atakubali kusikiza nani? Mtoto. Lakini kama hunisumbui, utajua uko sawa. Nikikufuata you are an introvert. Nitakufanya nini? Nikuchokoze, lakini kila mzazi anajua mtoto wake. Na akibadilika atajua amefanya nini? Amebadilika. So, nyinyi watoto, msiwanyamazie nani? Wazazi, mfuate. Akikataa kukusikiza, mtext. Hiyo text hata kosa kujibu. Text, sio text, sio na simu, sio na namba yake. When did you ever call your dad? When did you ever? By the way, there was Father's Day juzi. Did you wish them Father's Day wale ambao mko na mababa?
Yes.
Ulimsurprise akiwa kazini au ulimfanya nyumbani?
Alikuwa nyumbani.
Sasa si unaona. Usingoje aje, Pigie, Daddy, how are you? Umefika kazini, umefika salama. I wish you have a happy Father's Day. And please come early, I'm waiting for you. Wewe humsumbui, unangoja afike muangaliane kama sinema, alafu nalalamika na yeye amekuja amechoka. Amekuja hakuwa na habari kwamba mna shida yoyote. And different types of parents have different types of children. We have to understand them. Sisi tulizoea baba akija anatimiza mahitaji yetu alafu tumeachana. That's how we were brought up. So the mother was always there kusumbuliwa. Mama tataka hii, mama tataka hii, mama tataka hii, mpaka achoke, awe stressed. But kwa kuongea, uzuri wa wanawake wanapoongea, depression inafanya nini? Inaisha. So I'm encouraging our young men na wanaume ambao wameoa, usife na depression, know how to talk and always love talking. Ongea, hata kama utaongea peke yako. Hii kitu inanisumbua. Ukiongea kwa sauti inatoka. If you don't want to talk, write it down. A full scarf. Na wewe umeitoa ndio inafanya nini? Inatoka. Wengi wamepona kwa kuongea. Kama hawezi ongea, anaandika yale yote. It's as if you are talking. Unaandika kila kitu. You don't omit a word. Even a letter. Yote unaandika. Ama you record yourself. Jirekodi ukiongea, si imetoka. Kishatoka, mtumie babako ama mamako. If you cannot talk to your parents, write to them, text them. They will listen and pray for them also. Maana pia ni wanadamu, msisahau. They are going through challenges. They are going through a lot, especially now. Anakuona nyumbani kichwa kinaruka kwa sababu anajua anatakana kuwa shuleni. Anapiga mahesabu, atakuja kudaiwa school fees na imeliwa nyumbani. Sasa mambo yanapile up. So ukimwengage kwa kuongea na hata una sympathize na unamwambia Daddy, I know we are going through hell, but can we go for a walk? Yes, I want to talk to you. Nastaki mami asikie. Twende. Si mtatoka na muongee. Hata ukifika huko joke na mwambie nilikuwa nataka tu kutembea na wewe. Si atacheka tu akasirika, lakini imetoka. Na sitamwambia mimi nataka tuongee, si kukaa kunyamaziana. You have spoken your mind. Na kama ni Jane, you tell your mom, we are going for a walk. And I want to walk with you today. Mtembee mpaka barabarani huko. Ambia I feel nice walking with you. Hatujawahi kuwa na nafasi kuwa pamoja. We have been busy. What did you want? Nataka tutembee na wewe, tuzungumze. Alafu mkirudi saa hata kama ni mahali kwa nje mnaketi. Sasa mimi nisikize. Mimi hili na hili ndio ningependa. Mimi na I feel this and that. Si mmeongea. But if you don't talk, you pile up your things. Ikilipuka kama kibofu, ndio unaamua kujinyonga. And that's not the Christian way. Because we are brought up to love each other and care for each other. And caring for each other is telling your partner, mimi hii kitu unanifanyia sifurahi. Na sipendezwi, ningependa ufanye nini? Ubadilishe.
My director is telling me that we are time bad, so we have to come to the end of our discussion today. I will give them a minute each to do a parting shot, and then we will welcome Ziwani choir as we can. So, parting shot, a minute each. This is Pastor, I'll start with you.
When you find time, please read Proverbs 16 verse 3, Proverbs 4:7, and Proverbs 19 verse 11. This is talking about the challenges we are facing today in the digital world as parents. Provide a good example as a parent, seek the Lord first, and be patient with your child. Amen. God bless you.
Amen.
I have a lot to say, but I'm coming all up in 1 minute. I really thank God that this opportunity came in my way, because at least I got to come out of the house and come and engage with people, and I hope all of us have learned a thing or two. So 2 things: parents, let us engage us as youth, as your children, and listen to us when we need you to listen to us. And as youth, let us not disobey our parents because I failed this and that, and then you start blaming me. No, I was just contributing and saying my part. Let us obey our parents. In as much as we are teenagers, we are 19, we are 18, we are 20, 21, or any age, they still remain to be our parents and we still remain children to them. So let us play our parts well. Jerry?
Yes, my parting shot would be clearly, as we've seen today, neither party has all the right answers. The parents don't have all the answers, neither do the youth have all the answers. This journey will only work if the parent and the youth work together. What we're going to call for is more consultations, more conversations, building the relationship between the parent and the youth of the child. And through that is how we will be able to go through these challenges that we're facing. Again, we can always revert back to the Bible, to God, prayer.
Thank you so much, my dear Bakato. I want to specifically thank my guest for honoring my invite. Asanteni sana. God bless you so much. In a special way, I want to remember our viewers back at home. Thank you for joining us every afternoon on Saturdays, and in a special way, I want to thank Mrs. Muganda in Germany for always joining us, Esther Kado for always joining us. Today we had many more viewers. Alessia, thank you so much for joining us. Dennis Mia, thank you so much for joining us. Esther Sabina from Nicosia, thank you so much for joining us. We had people from US, from Nairobi, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you, God keep you, and God always provide for you. We have learned a lot. We cannot exhaust this topic, of course, about our junior youth and our children and parents also at home. So we are going to consult with Mrs. Pastor. She is a literature evangelist also. We are blessed to have her in our church. In our comments before we end, we are going to write to you books that you can buy that will help you in this journey even as we continue. God bless you so much. We're going to close with a word of prayer as I invite Ziwani Church Choir. Let us pray.
Let us pray. Father Lord, we thank you for this discussion that we had. We thank you for you have been with us through the whole way. And we pray that whatever we say that is not according to your will, may you please forgive us, lead us through the right direction, and help us in each and every single thing that you do be with us as we begin another week, and help us go through this pandemic and get over it. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. God bless you.
hujaa pasipo kitu. Vyote ni vya Bwana.
Amen.
Pepo na dhoruba zinakuja.
tunaenda kuimba wimbo wetu wa mwisho ambapo tunaenda kuelekezwa na kiongozi mpiga kinanda Bwana Edwin Omondi. Wanakwaya wana furaha kweli kweli, furaha ribo ribo, furaha bwito bwito. Alimu wangu amenikumbusha.
Imani Kuna habari kutoka kaburini, jiwe limeshaondolewa, huku na kule watu wajawa hofu, andiko limeshatimia. Kuna habari kutoka kaburini, jiwe limeshaondolewa, huku na kule watu wajawa hofu, andiko limeshatimia. Watu wengi walijawa hofu, jemedari kafufuka. Mauti hayana nguvu tena, simulia kisa hiki. Watu wengi walijawa hofu, jemedari kafufuka. Mauti hayana nguvu tena, simulia kisa hiki. Kuna habari ya kwamba atarudi, alipokwisha tuahidi, makaburi yote yatafunguliwa, itakuwa furaha tele. Kuna habari ya kwamba atarudi, alipokwisha tuahidi, makaburi yote yatafunguliwa, itakuwa furaha tele. Tutaonana na ndugu zetu siku hiyo, shangwe tele. Mauti hayana nguvu tena, simulia kisa hiki. Tutaonana na ndugu zetu siku hiyo, shangwe tele. Mauti hayana nguvu tena, simulia kisa hiki. Tutaonana na ndugu zetu siku hiyo, shangwe tele. Mauti hayana nguvu tena, simulia kisa hiki.
Thank you so much, Ziwani Choir. I don't really know what that song preaches to you, but it is a song of hope. It is a song of assurance that one day tutakutana na wapendwa wetu. It's really sad during this time when we lose our people and maybe we cannot go and see them off, but there is an assurance that we will meet our loved ones one bright morning. God bless you. Thank you so much for having joined us from morning until this particular time. We have come to the end of our program, and I would wish to thank you so much for our viewers back at home who joined us from Kenya, from outside Kenya. Thank you so much, and be sure to join us again next Sabbath for the same program. We will pray as we finish. Let us pray. Our kind and loving Master who art in heaven, Lord, we want to say thank you because of your goodness and your mercies this far. You have been with us all through the day, and we want to say thank you. Throughout the various programs, my God, we have seen that you are Lord and God, my Father, over our lives. You have taught us, God, during the divine service to continue to trust in you, even amidst the different challenges that we are going through, my Father, as Christians, as families, and as individuals, my Father. May you be with us and guide us, continue to hold us strong, continue to lead us in that path that you wish us to follow. God, even as we go to start yet another week, how I pray, my Father, that you may go forth for us. May your blessings go with us, my God. Those who are looking for jobs, grant them, my Father, according to my perfect will. Those who are working, bless the work of their hands. Those who are doing online learning, my Father, those who are looking for fees, God, provide unto them according to your perfect will. Every desires of your children heart, my Father, how I pray and ask, God, that you may fulfill according to your riches and glory. Forgive us of our sins, God, each and every time we approach thy throne, and prepare us always for your second coming, for this is my prayer in Jesus' holy name. Amen. God bless you. Till next time.